Hi all, welcome. This is Lakshmi Narayana from Logic Terrain. So in this video, we are going to discuss the complete chapter of applications of trigonometry. So I mean to say heights and distances in detail. Please follow the entire video. I will assure that you will be master in this area. I mean to say heights and distances, and you will never forget in your lifetime. I will explain with such examples. Let's begin. We are going to learn some applications of trigonometry. So in other terms, we can say heights and distances. The main learning objectives of this chapter are, so obviously we'll find heights and distances of different objects or buildings or mountains or valleys or stars or planets, whatever it is, right? So for that, you need to know the following terminology, that is line of sight. Again, we'll discuss in detail each one. Angle of elevation and angle of depression. Okay. So before that, before we are going into detail, so you might have some questions. What is the importance of this chapter? I mean, what is the need of learning this chapter, right? So that let's have a look. Here is the importance. In this chapter, you will be studying about some ways in which trigonometry is used in the life around you, right? This is one of the main object. And trigonometry was invented because its need arose in astronomy. Okay, since then the astronomers have used it, for instance, to calculate distances from the earth to the planets and stars. This is the broader use, you can say. And trigonometry is also used in geography and in navigation. Okay, so if you are moving in a ocean, or if you are traveling in a plane or something, so trigonometry is used in navigation. Okay, the knowledge of trigonometry is used to construct maps, determine the position of an island in relation to the longitudes and latitudes. Clear? So these are all some broader way uses, and in common uses, if we say, so with the help of trigonometry we'll find heights and distances. Okay, so let's see the terminology. The first one, line of sight. So what is line of sight? Here is the one. The line of sight is the line drawn from the eye of an observer to the point in the object viewed by the observer. That is, assume that you are observer and assume that you are observing a point, a bird or a tree or a top of a building or top of a tower, or even a line which is parallel to you, like an observer. You are observing another person, you can say. So the line drawn from your eye to that object is called line of sight. So we can see it's like this. For example, this is you and this is the object. The line drawn from you to the object is line of sight. If the object is same, parallel to you, this is horizontal line. The line of sight must be horizontal line. If the object is below you, you will see like this. So okay, that is line of sight is like this. Okay. Now next, angle of elevation. For example, if the object is above your eyesight level, then the angle which you made, like with your head to see that object, is called angle of elevation. So let's see that. The angle of elevation of an object viewed is the angle formed by the line of sight with the horizontal when it is above the horizontal line. This is horizontal line, so that is the object. So if you head up, this angle is what? Angle of elevation. So that is the case when we raise our head to look at the object. Okay, so we can visualize like this. This is you, this is the object, and this is the horizontal line. So between this horizontal line and this line of sight, whatever angle is there, that is called angle of elevation, right? Next one, angle of depression. So what is angle of depression? So when you see an object below your eye level, right, downwards you can say, the angle of depression of an object viewed is the angle formed by the line of sight with the horizontal when it is below the horizontal level. This is horizontal level, this is the object, and whatever angle you made with that horizontal line, that is called angle of depression. So that is, you can say, the case when we lower our head to look at the object. So simple terms, you can say. So we can visualize this. So this is you, this is a horizontal line, and this is the object. The angle made with the horizontal line to see this object, it is called angle of depression. Right? Clear? Next, here are some note points. So before moving into our actual problems, here you need to know some important points. The first one, the height or length of an object or the distance between two distant objects can be determined with the help of trigonometric ratios, which you have learned in previous chapter. You need to remember these trigonometric ratios. So this is all the previous knowledge you need to know. Okay. Next, so some other previous knowledge you require. What is that? Trigonometric ratios of some specific angles as well. That is sine 0 degrees, sine 30 degrees, sine 45 degrees, and so on like that. Like similarly, cos values, tan values, and so on. But mostly we require these three only. Mostly we use trigonometric ratio, tan theta, and apart from tan theta, sometimes we use sine and cos as well. So these three are sufficient. Okay. And the angle of elevation of a point A as seen from a point B is always equal to the angle of depression of B as seen from A. So which means you are observing point. So to see that, so that is angle of elevation. If you are observing from that point to you, for example, you are the object and that is the observer, and that is angle of depression, and for you angle of elevation, that person angle of depression, both are same, mean both are equal. So that is angle of elevation is equals to angle of depression, vice versa. Clear? Okay. Here let us recall trigonometric ratios. So in a right angle triangle, you can give any names, A, B, C. Okay. We know this is a side adjacent to angle A. Okay, this is angle A, that is theta. This is a side opposite to angle A. You can see side opposite to angle A, and this is hypotenuse, right? In other terms also we can say this is a base and this is perpendicular and this is hypotenuse. Then the trigonometric ratios are like this. Sine of angle A, that is sine theta or sine A, is equals to side opposite to angle A upon hypotenuse, that is BC upon AC. BC upon AC, that is sine theta. And cosine of angle A, that is cos A or cos theta, is side adjacent to angle A upon hypotenuse, that is AB upon AC. AB upon AC, base upon hypotenuse, in other terms you can say. And tangent of angle A, that is tan theta or tan A, is equals to side opposite to angle A upon side adjacent to angle A, that is BC upon AB. BC upon AB means perpendicular upon base, right? So similarly, cosecant of angle A is equals to, we know 1 upon sine of angle A, which is reversal. Okay, that is hypotenuse upon side opposite to angle A, that is AC upon BC. Secant of angle A equals to 1 upon cosine of angle A, which is equals to hypotenuse upon side adjacent to angle A, that is equals to AC upon AB. And finally, cotangent of angle A, that is cot A or cot theta, is equals to 1 upon tangent of angle A, that is side adjacent to angle A upon side opposite to angle A, that is equals to AB upon BC, right? Now we will see trigonometric ratios of some specific angles. These all we have learned. Okay, once again we are recalling because we need. Okay, here this is angle A, or else you can say theta, sine theta, cos theta, tan theta, and so on. So 0 degrees, 30 degrees, 45 degrees, 60 degrees, and 90 degrees. And we know sine theta or sine angle A equals to sine 0 0, sine 30 half, sine 45 1 upon square root 2, and sine 60 square root 3 upon 2 and sine 90 1. So sine theta value varies from 0 to 1, and cos you can see reversal, cos 0 1, cos 30 square root 3 upon 2, you can see like this, cos 45 1 upon square root 2, cos 60 1 upon 2 and cos 90 0, and tan theta or tan A, that is tan 0 0, tan 30 1 upon square root 3 and tan 45 degrees, that is 1, tan 60 degrees square root 3 and tan 90 degrees it is not defined, that is undefined. So this is it, you need to remember up to this, so rest all anyhow you will get it, right? Now let's discuss our original applications, right? We shall discuss all questions one by one, okay? Please follow carefully. Here is our first question. The statement is, a circus artist is climbing a 20-meter long rope which is tightly stretched and tied from the top of a vertical pole to the ground. You can see like this. AB is the pole and AC is the rope. Find the height of the pole if the angle made by the rope with the ground level is 30 degrees. Here we are given angle made by the rope with the ground, that is 30 degrees, and length of the rope also given, that is 20 meters. Then here we need to find height of the pole. So clearly you can see a right angle triangle. So now tell me which trigonometric ratio? Yes, so we need to use what? Sin theta, because the relation between opposite side and hypotenuse, because we know hypotenuse, we know theta, we need to find opposite side. So here from this right angle triangle, here we have taken sin theta, that is opposite side upon hypotenuse. So substituted all known values. Here theta is 30 degrees and opposite side is AB, that is nothing but height of the pole, and hypotenuse is 20, and we know sin 30 degrees value half is equals to AB upon 20, and cross multiplying here we have got AB value 10, which is nothing but height of the pole. So therefore height of the pole is how much? 10 meters. Clear? So in this case we have seen only right angle triangle, simple right angle triangle, and so here we found one side, that is one side of the triangle. So let's discuss the next situation, that is question number 2. Here it is the question, very important, okay? So this question was asked many previous years board examinations as well. So the statement is, a tree breaks due to storm and the broken part bends so that the top of the tree touches the ground, making an angle 30 degrees with it. You can see like this. This is the broken part and the top of the broken part making a 30 degrees angle with the ground. The distance between the foot of the tree to the point where the top touches the ground is 8 meters. Here the distance is given, that is 8 meters. Then the question here is, find height of the tree. Find height of the tree. Okay. Here you can visualize one right angle triangle ABC. Here we know base, that is 8 centimeters, and here we are given angle. Now we need to find total height of the tree, that is this plus this both. Okay. So for that first here we know height of the tree is equals to BC plus AC. So let us assume that is x and y. Okay, x plus y. Now initially from triangle ABC, from this triangle ABC, tan theta is equals to, that is relation between opposite side and adjacent side. So tan 30 degrees is equals to x upon 8, tan 30 degrees value, that is 1 upon square root 3. From this we have got x value 8 upon square root 3 meters. Let us take this number 1. So we have got some part. Now we will find this part. For that we will use cos theta, that is relation between adjacent side and hypotenuse. So cos 30 degrees equals to 8 upon y. So for simplifying further, here we have got y value, that is 16 upon square root 3 meters. Now from 1 and 2, when you sum up these two, we will get total height of the tree, right? So we have added, finally here we have got 8 square root 3 meters, right? So let's discuss the next question. Here it is our next question. The statement is, the contractor plans to install 2 slides for the children to play in a park. for the children below the age of 5 years, she prefers to have a slide whose top is at a height of 1.5 meters and is inclined at an angle of 30 degrees to the ground, right? So here height also less and angle also less for little kids. Whereas for elder children, she wants to have a steep slide at a height of 3 meters, so height doubled, okay, and inclined at an angle of 60 degrees to the ground, angle also doubled. Now here the question is, what should be the length of the slide in each case? So you can visualize, this is the first slide whose angle is 30 degrees with the ground and whose height is 1.5 meters. So we need to find length. Now tell me, whose trigonometric ratio? Yes, you're right. Because we know angle, we know opposite side, we need to find hypotenuse. So obviously sin theta. So by using sin theta from this triangle, by putting all known values, here we have got AC equals to 3 meters. AC equals to how much? 3 meters. Therefore, the length of the first slide is 3 meters. And for second, again you can visualize like this. This is slider. So height is given and angle is given. We need to find length. So again we will use sin theta. Now putting all known values, here we have got that is length of the slider is equals to 2 square root 3 meters. Clear? So this way we will visualize the real life situations. Clear? The next one. Here is our next one. The question is, the angle of elevation of the top of a tower from a point on the ground which is 30 meters away from the foot of the tower is 30 degrees. Then find the height of the tower. Here we have a tower, we don't know whose height, and when you observe from a point, the top of the tower is visible with the angle of elevation 30 degrees, and this point from the foot of the tower 30 meters far from it, away from it. So this distance we know, angle we know, we need to find height of the tower. Now tell me, whose trigonometric ratio? Again, yes, you're right, that is tan theta. So by using tan theta, trigonometric ratio, theta is 30 degrees, we need to find BC and we have AB. So tan theta is equals to opposite side upon adjacent side, so that is BC upon 30. So we know tan 30 degrees value 1 upon square root 3. Now putting all known values, here we have got BC equals to 10 square root 3 meters, right? So here height of the tower is how much? 10 square root 3 meters. Clear? So this way we will find different scenarios. Okay. Another one. Next question. Okay. A kite is flying at a height of 60 meters above the ground. The string attached to the kite is temporarily tied to a point on the ground. For example, you are playing with a kite and you are tied off by holding. So anyhow it is with some height and flying well, and you wanted to tie it in the ground at some point. So here the inclination of the string with the ground is 60 degrees at that point of time. So the angle is making 60 degrees, and this is the information. Then find the length of the string, assuming that there is no slack in the string. Assuming that there are no slacks in the string, so there are no attachments. Okay. So we are given height, we are given angle. So here we need to find length of the string. So which means this one. Again from using a right angle triangle, which trigonometric ratio? Yes, that is sin theta. So we know opposite side, we know theta, we need to find what? Hypotenuse. So by using sin theta, opposite side upon hypotenuse, now putting all known values and simplifying further, here we have got 40 square root 3 meters. This is our required length of the string, right? The next one. Here is our next question, very interesting one. A 1.5 meter tall boy is standing at some distance from a 30 meter tall building. Okay, there is a building whose height is 30 meters and there is a boy whose height is 1.5 meters. The angle of elevation from his eyes to the top of the building increases from 30 degrees to 60 degrees as he walks towards the building. Here you need to remember, when you are keep moving towards the object, the angle increases. When you are away from the building, the angle decreases. Okay, here is the node point. Okay, so from this point the angle of elevation to the top of the building is 30 degrees, and after moving some distance from this point the angle of elevation is 60 degrees, and total height of the building is 30 degrees, and anyhow he is observing from his eyes, right? And height of the boy is 1.5 meters. Then this is ground level. Now what about this height now? 30 minus 1.5, that is 28.5. So you can see two right angle triangles here. One is BGF, another one is DGF. So what we need to find? We need to find distance he walked towards the building, that is this length. How we will get it? Simple. So from first using this right angle triangle, we will find this total length. Again by using this right angle triangle, we will find this length. Now from the total length, if you subtract this length, we will get the distance he walked towards the building. That is what we have done here, you can see. So first by using one right angle triangle, this right angle triangle, here we have got DZ length, that is how much? 28.5 upon square root 3. In both the cases we have used tan theta only, right? And again by using this right angle triangle, again by using tan theta, so here we have got BZ length, that is 28.5 square root 3 meters. Let us assume this is number 2. Now we know from equation 1 and 2, so the required length is equals to this minus this. So that is what we have done here, you can see. BD equals to BZ minus DZ. So this is BZ and this is DZ, substituted and simplified, and further simplifying and rationalizing and all manipulations. So finally here we have got BD equals to 19 square root 3 meters. That is the distance the boy walked towards the building, that is 19 square root 3 meters. Clear? So we will move to the next question. Here is our next question, and another interesting one and another scenario as well. The question here is, from a point on the ground, the angle of elevation of the bottom and the top of transmission tower fixed at the top of 20-meter high building are 45 degrees and 60 degrees. Here there is a building whose height is 20 meters. On the top of the building there is a tower fixed, you can say like this. And from a point, if you observe the top and bottom of the tower, so which is making with the ground the angles of elevation 45 degrees and 60 degrees, right? So this is the information, and from this here we need to find height of the tower. So this length, CD length, how we will get? In earlier case two right angle triangles we have got and we have subtracted the base one. Here also we have two right angle triangles, ABC and ABD. Here we have to subtract this length from this total length. Okay, again by using tan theta we will find the values here. So from right angle triangle ABC, tan 45 degrees is equals to, so first we required base, okay, to find this whole length. So tan 45 degrees means obviously whatever length you have here you will get the same, that is obviously an isosceles right angle triangle, right? So tan 45 degrees equals to opposite side upon adjacent side. Opposite side is 20, adjacent side is AB. Now putting we know tan 45 degrees value 1, so on cross multiplying AB equals to 20 meters. So here we have got base. So once we have got base, and now by using this right angle triangle, this bigger right angle triangle, again by using tan theta, tan 60 degrees equals to BD upon AB. So we know tan 60 degrees value, that is square root 3, and we know BD is equals to BC plus CD, and we know BC, that is 20 meters, so 20 plus CD. So here we can write BC plus CD upon AB is 20 anyhow, so 20, and we know BC is 20, so 20 plus CD. Here 20 is dividing, if you take this side multiplies, so 20 square root 3 equals to 20 plus CD. And from further, if you bring this 20 into this side, here it is subtract, so 20 common, square root 3 minus 1 is equals to CD. Now here taking square root 3 value, that is 1.732, and subtracting further and multiplied, and finally here we have got CD equals to 14.64 meters, which is nothing but height of the tower. Clear? Simple, right? So we will move to the next question. Here it is another interesting question. The question here is a statue 1.6 meter tall stands on the top of a pedestal. You can see this is a pedestal and this is statue. From a point on the ground, the angle of elevation of the top of the statue is 60 degrees, and from the same point the angle of elevation of the top of the pedestal is 45 degrees. So from this point, if you see top of the tower and top of the pedestal, which are making angles 60 degrees and 45 degrees, right? So by using this information, we need to find height of the pedestal. In the previous problem, we have derived this length. Now in this problem, we are going to derive this length, bottom part, right? But scenario is same. Again, we have two right angle triangles. So this length we know, and we need to find this length. Now we have two right angle triangles. So let us assume this length is height, and we know this angle is how much? 45 degrees. Now by considering ABD right angle triangle, from this tan theta equals to opposite side upon adjacent side. Here theta is 45 degrees, and we know tan 45 degrees is 1, which is equals to h upon AB. So from this AB equals to h, which means this length is equals to this length. Both the lengths are equal. Clear? So both are h. Now by using this right angle triangle, bigger right angle triangle ABC, again by using tan theta relation, here theta is 60 degrees. So tan 60 value square root 3 and is equals to BC upon AB. We know BC is nothing but BD plus DC, right? So BD plus DC upon AB, that is h. We have done some manipulations here, and finally here we have got h is equals to 2.1856 meters approximately. So what is h? That is height of the pedestal. Clear? So far, if you have any queries or any requests, so please write your comments in the comment section. So I'll get back to you, right? We will move to the next question. So here is our statement. The angle of elevation of the top of a building from the foot of the tower is 30 degrees. You can see there is a tower and there is a building. The angle of elevation to the top of the building from the foot of the tower is given, that is 30 degrees, which is making angle with the ground. And the angle of elevation of the top of the tower from the foot of the building is 60 degrees. So to the top of the tower from the foot of the building, which is making 60 degrees angle with the ground. If the tower is 50 meters high, here we are given height of the tower, that is 50 meters, then find height of the building. So we need to find height of the building. How we will get it? Yes, so that is first by using this right angle triangle. So we need to find base. We need to find base. The base is same for both the triangles, that is AC. Once you get base, by using base and theta, by using opposite side, so we will find the height of the building. So in both the cases, we will use what? Which trigonometric ratio? Yes, that is tan theta. So first, from right angle triangle ABC, tan theta equals to opposite side upon adjacent side. Here theta is 60 degrees. We know opposite side, that is 50 meters, and adjacent side AC. Substituted all values, tan 60 degrees value, that is square root 3. And further simplifying, here we have got AB equals to 50 upon square root 3 meters. Okay. Now from this right angle triangle, that is ACD right angle triangle, again by using tan theta, here theta is 30 degrees, opposite side upon adjacent side, opposite side is height of the building, that is CD, upon adjacent side, that is base. Just now we have got. So substituted all values and simplified further, here we have got DC equals to 16 2 upon 3 meters. So therefore height of the building is equals to 16 2 upon 3 meters. Clear? So we'll jump into the next question. Here it is our next question. This is another scenario. So here we have two towers which are of equal height. Okay. So the statement here is two poles of equal heights are standing opposite to each other either side of the road, which is 80 meters wide. So the width of the road is given, that is 80 meters, right? From a point between them on the road, the angles of elevation of the top of the poles are 60 degrees and 30 degrees respectively. So from the point between the angles of elevation to these two poles, okay, in other words we can say towers as well, okay. So one is 60 degrees, another one is 30 degrees. Then find the height of the poles. So anyhow we'll get one height only because both the poles are of equal height, right? And distances of the point from the poles. So from this point, what about this distance and what about this distance? So these two we need to find, right? So for that you can say this is the rough diagram. Again we have here two right angle triangles, one is AEB, another one is CED. So we know this total length, that is 80. So let us assume this length is x, then the remaining length must be 80 minus x, right? And we know angles, so let the height of the pole is h. Now by considering one right angle triangle, that is CED right angle triangle, tan theta equals to, we know, opposite side upon adjacent side. Here theta is 60 degrees and tan 60 degrees value square root 3, opposite side that is h and adjacent side that is x. So h is equals to square root 3 x meters. Let us take this number 1. Now by again using this right angle triangle, here theta is 30 degrees, opposite side is h and adjacent side is 80 minus x. Now putting these values, tan 30 degrees value 1 upon square root 3, and simplifying further, here we have got h is equals to 80 minus x upon square root 3 meters. Let us take this number 2. Now you can see equation 1 and 2 both are h values, so we can equate them. So from equation 1 and 2 we have equated and simplified further. Finally we have got x is equals to 20 meters. So this length is 20 meters. And what about this length? 80 minus 20, that is 60 meters, right? So we have got distances, then we need to find h. Now putting this x value in either equation 1 or equation 2 will get h. For my convenience, I have substituted this x value in equation 1. So therefore h is equals to 20 square root 3 meters, that is heights of the pole, that is 20 square root 3 meters, and distances of the point from the poles is how much? 20 meters and 60 meters, right? So this is another scenario. Now let's look into the next question. Here is our question. The statement is, a TV tower stands vertically on a bank of a canal. So this is TV tower, so it stands vertically on a bank of a river. Let us assume there is a river here. From a point on the other bank directly opposite to the tower, the angle of elevation of the top of the tower is 60 degrees. So from here, from the other bank, from point C, or okay, the angle of elevation is given 60 degrees. From another point 20 meters away from this point, on the line joining this point to the foot of the tower, the angle of elevation of the top of the tower is 30 degrees. So on the line joining, same line, so 20 meters away from this point, if you observe top of the tower, which is making 30 degrees angle. So this is the given information. So by using this, we need to find height of the tower and width of the canal, this one and this one. So similar kind of question we have done earlier. In that case, so same kind of diagram, we know this one and we found this one as well as this length, right? Clear? So in this case it is different, slight different. So again we have two right angle triangles, one is ABC, another one is ABD. So first we are considering a right angle triangle ABC. Here theta is 60 degrees, so again tan theta is equals to this upon this, so h upon w, so h is equals to square root 3w meters is equals to 1. Now considering this right angle triangle, here theta is 30 degrees and tan 30 degrees is equals to h upon BD. BD is nothing but DC plus CD, right? So again DC we know that is 20 meters, substituted and simplified further. Here we have got a h value. Let us take this number 2. Now again from equation 1 and 2 you can see both are h values, so we can equate them. So equated, and finally here we have got w, that is 10 meters, that is width of the canal. So now putting this w value in either equation 1 or equation 2 will get h value. So for my convenience I have substituted this w value in equation 1. So therefore h is equals to 10 square root 3 meters. Clear? That is height of the tower. So we'll move into the next question. Here is our question. From the top of a 7-meter high building, the angle of elevation of the top of a cable tower is 60 degrees. You can see we are given a building whose height is 7 meters. From this top, the angle of elevation to the top of a cable tower is how much? 60 degrees with the horizontal line. Okay, and the angle of depression of its foot is 45 degrees. So from the same point, the angle of depression to the foot of the tower is 45 degrees. This is given information. So from this we need to find height of the tower, this total height of the tower. So clearly we have two right angle triangles, one is AED, another one is BED. We know this height, so this is horizontal line parallel to the ground. So this length is equals to this length, so this is 7 meters, and we know this angle. Now considering this right angle triangle, so we will find base. We will find base because the base is same for both the triangle. Once you get base, again by using base and this theta, we will find this length. Anyhow, we got this length. If you find the remaining length, we will get total height of the cable tower, right? So from right angle triangle AED, tan theta is equals to opposite side upon adjacent side, theta is equals to 45 degrees. Here opposite side is 7 meters for the theta, okay? Adjacent side is DE, and tan 45 degrees value we know 1, so from this DE equals to 7 meters. So we have got this one. Anyhow, you don't require this all stuff. So since it is 45 degrees, when you have one side, the other side also same, okay? So like already we have discussed, this must be an isosceles right angle triangle, okay? So we got this, and we know angle. Now by considering this right angle triangle EDB, again tan 60 degrees equals to BE upon 7, tan 60 degrees value square root 3 is equals to BE upon 7, so BE equals to 7 square root 3 meters. So this we have got, that is 7 square root 3 meters, and total length is AE plus BE. So height of the tower is equals to AB equals to AE plus EB. We know AE is 7 and EB is 7 square root 3. So taking 7 as common, here 7 into 1 plus square root 3 meters. This is the required height of the tower, right? Let's look into the next question. Here it is our question. So beautiful picture, right? Okay. As observed from the top of a 75 meter high lighthouse, here there is a lighthouse whose height is given 75 meters. From the sea level, the angles of depression of two ships are 30 degrees and 45 degrees. So these are two ships, the angles of depression. So one is 30 degrees, another one is 45 degrees. If one ship is exactly behind the other on the same side of the lighthouse. So anyhow, according to the given information, this is the picture. This is the rough diagram, you can say. Then find the distance between the two ships. Here we need to find this distance. Same kind of questions we have done earlier also. But that time we are given angles of elevation, but this time we are given angles of depression. And like we have discussed, angles of elevation is equals to angles of depression on the same points, vice versa, right? So here this angle is 30 degrees, so this angle equals to 30 degrees, because this line and this line, these two are parallel, and this must be transversal line, then alternate angles are equal. Similarly, this angle is 45 degrees, so this is also 45 degrees. Again we have two right angle triangles, one is ADB, another one is ACB, okay? So by considering one right angle triangle, so we'll find this one. Anyhow, it is 45 degrees, so this is 75, so this is also 75. Now by considering this right angle triangle, here theta is 30 degrees, and we know opposite side and adjacent side is this plus this, that is 75 plus D. So from this we have derived DC, that is how much? 75 into square root 3 minus 1 meters, which is the distance between the two ships. Clear? So let's jump into the next question. Here is our question. Again you can see beautiful picture. There is a small girl and there are balloons, okay? So the question here is a 1.2 meter tall girl spots a balloon moving with the wind in horizontal line at the height of 88.2 meters. So from the ground the balloon is moving, so with the height 88.2 meters, okay? The angle of elevation of the balloon from the eyes of the girl at an instant is 60 degrees. Initially from her eyes the angle of elevation is 60 degrees, okay, with the horizontal line. After some time the angle of elevation, because the balloon is moving with the wind, okay, it is moving like this, so with the same height, okay. after some time the angle of elevation reduces to 30 degrees. So from the same point the girl is observing, now the angle of elevation with the horizontal line is making how much? 30 degrees. Then find the distance traveled by the balloon during the interval. So here we need to find this length, and we know this length is equals to this length, and height of the girl is 1.2 meters. So from this point, the what about height of the balloon? 88.2 minus 1.2, that is 87. So here we have two right angle triangles, one is BZD, another one is BHF. So with angles and opposite sides, again by using tan thetas, right? So from using BZD, tan theta is equals to opposite side upon adjacent side. Here theta is 60 degrees and opposite side is 87. By using that, and we have got BZ is equals to 87 upon square root 3 meters. We have got this length. Now by using this right angle triangle, here theta is 30 degrees and opposite side is 87 upon BH. Again we know BH is nothing but BZ plus GH. So we have got BH, and we know BH is equals to BZ plus GH is equals to this much, and we know BZ value and substituted here and simplified further. Finally here we have got GH, that is how much? 58 square root 3 meters, which is nothing but what? The distance traveled by the balloon during the interval. Clear? You know how to solve these kind of questions, right? Next question. Here is a statement, a straight highway leads to the foot of a tower. A man standing at the top of the tower observes a car at an angle of depression of 30 degrees. Okay, so there is a tower, so we don't know whose height, so let us assume whose height is h. So a man stands on the top of the tower and who is observing a car initially here at point C, you can say, with the angle of depression 30 degrees, right, which is approaching the foot of the tower with a uniform speed. Okay, the speed is uniform, it is approaching towards the tower, and 6 seconds later the angle of depression of the car is found to be 60 degrees. So from here to here, car moved in how much time? 6 seconds. So at this point he observed the angle of depression of the car is 60 degrees, right? Then find the time taken by the car to reach the foot of the tower from this point. So here to here we need to find what is the time it is taken by this car to reach the foot of the tower. So again we have two right angle triangles, one is ABD, another one is ABC. So anyhow we have assumed this is h, let us assume this is y, and this length is x, right? Now first considering this right angle triangle, so here theta is 60 degrees. So because we have discussed earlier also, angle of depression is equals to angle of elevation, right? So this angle equal to this angle and this angle equal to this angle. So the other reasons also we have discussed, these two lines are parallel and these must be transversal, then alternate angles are equal. So we can say either ways, right? So tan 60 degrees is equals to h upon y. So tan 60 degrees value square root 3, then h equals to square root 3 y meters. Let us take this number 1. Now by considering this right angle triangle, so here theta is 30 degrees, tan 30 degrees equals to h upon AC, this whole length. So tan 30 degrees values we know that is 1 upon square root 3 is equals to h upon AC is nothing but this plus this. So we have assumed this length is x and this is y, so x plus y. So and for the manipulations here we have got x plus y equals to h square root 3. Let us take this number 2. Now we know h value here from equation 1. Now putting this h value in equation 2, so we have got x is equals to 2y. So this length we have got, that is 2y, right? And we know this length, this 2y length is covered in 6 seconds. Then what about y length? So this is y, right? So y is equals to 6 upon 2, 3 seconds. So therefore the required time taken by the car to reach the foot of the tower is 3 seconds. Clear? Interesting, right? And finally the last question. Here is our one. The angles of elevation of the top of a tower from 2 points at distance 4 meters and 9 meters. 4 meters and 9 meters from the foot, okay, foot of the tower. Find the height of the tower from the base of the tower and in the same straight line with its complementary. Okay, here we are given, so there are 2 points, let us say C and D, and this is the height of the tower. AB is the height of the tower. Let us assume this is H meters, you can say, and first point is 4 meters distance and second point is 9 meters distance. Here the angles of elevation are complementary. These angles are complementary. So complementary means, we know, complementary means what? Sum of 2 or more angles is equals to 90 degrees, then the angles are called complementary. So here it is, let us assume x, the other one must be 90 minus x, right? So according to the question, this is the diagram and this is the information. Again we have 2 right angle triangles. So now first considering ABC right angle triangle, tan theta is equals to opposite side upon adjacent side. Here theta is x and opposite side is, we have assumed h, and adjacent side is 4 meters, which is given. So let us take this number 1. Now from second right angle triangle, tan 90 minus x equals to, here theta is how much? 90 minus x is equals to h upon base, that is 9. So tan 90 minus x we can write like this. How it is? Tan 90 minus theta equals to cot theta, and this is nothing but 1 upon tan theta. So tan 90 minus theta is equals to 1 upon tan theta. So 1 upon tan theta is equals to how much? Here tan 90 minus theta is h upon 9. So 1 upon tan theta is h upon 9. So 1 upon tan theta is equals to tan x is equals to h upon 9. So on reversing both the sides, tan x is equals to 9 upon h. So let us take this number 2. Now from 1 and 2 both are tan x degrees values, so we can equate them. So we have equated here and cross multiplied, and finally here we have got h value, that is 6 meters, which is nothing but height of the tower, right? Clear? So if you need more questions with more detailed explanations, okay, I have left the playlist link of complete chapter in the description. Please do check it out. And so far we have discussed entire chapter. Now, so what are all observations so far we have seen? So let us look at once. So here are our observations and important points from this entire chapter. Okay, the first observation is the angle of elevation of a point A as seen from a point B is always equal to the angle of depression of point B as seen from point A. So that is what we have discussed in earlier questions also. Angle of elevation is equal to angle of depression from same 2 points, right? Next one, the angle of elevation and depression always acute angles. This is very important point you need to keeping in mind, right? So angles of elevation as well as depression always acute angles, right? Next one, if the observer moves towards the object, that is nearer to the object, the angle of elevation increases, right? So if you are moving towards the object, you have to raise up to see the object, right? So then obviously angle of elevation increases. If you are away from the object, moving back or moving away from the object, that is if the observer moves away from the object, that is farther from the object, then the angle of elevation decreases. Obviously if you are farther from the object, you can manage with small rise up, right? The angle of elevation decreases, vice versa with the angles of depression as well, right? Next one, if the height of the object and distance from the object is also doubled, height and distance both are doubled in a given data or in a given right angle triangle, then the angle of elevation remains same. The angle remains same. Clear? And finally, when the tan theta is equals to 45 degrees, height of the object and distance from the object is equal, which means base and perpendicular both must be equal, since it is an isosceles right angle triangle. Clear? So hope you have understood the entire chapter and now you are mastered, right? So okay, see you in the next session. Till then, signing off and take care. Have a great day. Bye.